Hey guys, Luna here, and welcome to Friendsim 2. Now, the final chapter of this game just got released today, though in retrospect of everything going on, this video is probably going up probably a few weeks after the release. So, let's just get on through it, and let's see here. We can either do the chapter salvation ending or the revolution ending. I think I'm gonna do the salvation ending first, hopefully. Our Spider's journey will continue with the shadows of our things. Continue the next volume. This route contains content warnings for existential and identity crisis, unreality, gaslighting, discussions of child abuse, grooming, depictions of death. Player discretion is advised. Ooh, wait, did I? Give me a second. Yeah, okay, I did salvation. Okay. The world resolves around itself around you, fading slowly into view in a way that feels unpleasantly familiar. A shade of green you remember from memory you're not sure you even have. On the horizon, the pink moon and its tiny satellite shine like a pair of jewels in the night sky, too bright and too close, as if this place is transposed in space and time, as if reality has lost some of its grip here. Next to you, Treza is struggling to her feet as well, her Triton lost to a planet that now hovers like a dull gray stone in the distance.
What happened?
You can hear the sharp intake of breath as she realizes where you are.
No, this is impossible. No one goes here.
Well, yeah, you're here now. You look around nervously, expecting him to show up again at any moment. Of course, he isn't here, probably trying to make some grand statements. As you glance down at your palm husk, Imperial network not found. Your palm husk cannot connect to the Imperial network. Try restarting your palm husk and try again. If the issue persists, report for a mandated device replacement. Well, that's certainly not a good thing.
This place is forbidden. Even I never understood why, but it was always made clear to me. I don't even think the Imperator would have come here.
You're pretty sure he wouldn't. This is the kind of place you don't go unless the man in charge actually wants to speak with you. Speaking of which, it would probably be a good idea to get going. You don't know how, but you have a very specific idea of which way you should go. You walk through the valleys of the green moon in silence, looking around cautiously as if he's going to jump out at you from every crater or blind corner. And then, finally, you see it. The oldest place.
What is this?
You're not sure if there's an
My dear heiress, it's simple.
Yeah, you say, you're not sure if there's an easy answer to that.
This is my home.
Yeah, this is a very spooky home. Holy crap, you scramble backward, away from Scratch, but your legs have decided that now would be a great time to stop working very well.
Oh, relax. I believe there might have been something of a misunderstanding before.
What the heck? He tried to kill you!
Well, you are essentially correct. Your overly reductive view of things misses some key nuance.
Is there? Because I don't really think so, though.
Namely, I am not trying to kill you now.
Okay, fair. That's not very reassuring.
Nor do I plan to. While there was a time when I was sure that it would be the appropriate course of action, the board has shifted in the time since.
Who the fuck are you?
You may call me Doc Scratch, if you like.
He turns to you and you get the sense that he's glaring at you.
Now, I cannot express how deeply disappointed I am that you chose to kill the High Imperator.
Treza sneers at Doc Scratch.
No, I was the one who killed him.
Oh well, it's more of an inconvenience than anything else. Also, to further expand on my previous answer to the good heiress here, I'm the one in charge of this miserable planet and the empire it represents.
Treza laughs at him.
The hell you are!
There's no reason I need to engage in a back and forth with you. The truth is that I have always been here, since long before your miserable race of gray-skinned misanthropes existed in the first place. My role has always been that of the inevitable, the same natural force as that which binds together the very atoms that make up your existence.
That does seem very spooky. Why does he care so much about this all of this anyways? Why does it matter what you do or what any of the people you know does?
Honestly, it mostly doesn't matter at all. What you do is largely of no consequence. What most of your friends do is irrelevant. But this one?
He gestures to Triza. He takes a step back and glowers at him.
This one has a larger role to play in my grand plans. Whether she is aware of it or not is completely irrelevant. The bottom line is that your meddling and her stubborn refusal to push you away have resulted in a set of criteria that are unacceptable. And as such...
Ooh, that does not sound good.
Mr. Scratch, what's going on? I heard someone in the hall and...
Oh, God, of course it's you. Of course it's you. Holy crap, you recognize this girl. She's a little younger than what you remember seeing her last, and she's wearing a different outfit, but you know exactly who this
Oh,
is.
Damara, are you simply going to barge in like this?
Ooh.
I'm sorry, Mr. Scratch. It won't happen again.
And you won't even introduce yourself properly to our guest. How rude.
I'm sorry.
She turns to you with a pleading look fitting across her eyes before she bows her head.
My name is Damara Megiddo. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Trying to... What? Damara Megiddo. I'm stuck. I'm trying... Like, obviously, she's a handmaiden and stuff, but... Was she in the... Living in before us? That's who I was thinking of. Okay. I was trying to remember if she was in before us or after us, but... Yeah, and Ardia is her reincarnate. You want to explain that technically you know each other, but you can't quite put a finger on exactly why you even feel like that this is
Another
true.
memory of a timeline that never was, perhaps. You really should learn to cultivate your perception. Ms. Megiddo is my apprentice, my handmaid, if you will.
Mr. Scratch, who is this?
Oh, just a somewhat annoying nobody who likes to drop in and play games they don't understand.
Hearing this, Damara's head lifts and she smiles.
I love to play games. Can I play a game with them? I've been so bored.
That gives me an idea. Damara, come along.
You find yourselves in Scratch's parlor once more. What is happening?
Well, my dear Damara here has given me an idea. What if I were to tell you that, theoretically, I had a way to return you to your home?
Oh crap, does he mean he can get your powers back so you can teleport everyone back to the locked timeline?
Something like that. And, moreover, I am prepared to allow you to return home. Not only that, I'll permit you to collect whatever friends have agreed to return with you and take them along. As I implied earlier, they are ultimately of little consequence. Why, I'd even be willing to part with her.
He gestures to Triza, who narrows her eyes.
Stop talking about me like I'm not here.
My dear, you need to learn that there are bigger things in this timeline than you.
Okay, this all sounds like a huge load of crap. How do you even know he's even telling the truth?
As I said to you before, I never lie. Honestly, the setback of losing dear Triza here will be worth it in order to test my young handmaid's performance in the field. After all, she has such a role to play in my plans, and she needs to learn to operate outside of my watchful guidance.
Dermia shifts uncomfortably at this, but you can see a look of eagerness in her eyes.
Honest? I'd be able to leave the moon.
Now, only for a short while. But yes, I'd be willing to hold myself to these conditions.
This feels like there's a big catch somewhere. Oh. Yeah, this feels like a big catch somewhere. Scratch shakes his head and lifts his hand. When the world snaps into being in front of you again, you find yourself in what looks like an old game room. A billiards table sits in one corner, along with a table that appears to be set up for a game of cards.
I don't know that I'd call it a catch exactly, but there are conditions, of course.
What the fuck? Who are you to talk down to us like this?
You're going to be irritating, I can tell. Let's get you settled somewhere else for a bit. Much better. Now, Ms. Megiddo, are you planning to be similarly disruptive?
No, Mr. Scratch.
Good. Now, about the conditions. I can't simply let you abscond with all those people and the heiress herself. The consequences to my timeline could be dire.
You're not really saying how you can do anything about that. What does any of this have to do with you leaving this timeline completely? At this point, that's really all you want, just to be left alone to get back home.
Oh, don't worry about it. I have a method by which I think I may be able to ascertain my comfort with letting you return home.
Oh, you're listening.
Of course. I suspect that some of the strange effects of your return are due to your oddly prescient awareness of the narrative itself. An awareness that I, unfortunately, helped cultivate, perhaps not fully realizing the possible implications. However, I do not believe that this situation is completely untenable.
Okay, that's a whole lot of words, and he's rapidly using you. Is he gonna ask you to read Homestuck again? You really don't want to do that right now.
Oh no, not exactly. Instead, I propose a simple test.
What the heck is happening?
Simple. I'm going to ask you a series of questions based on your experience with that one long-form narrative I asked you to read. I will assign your answers to a point value in order to evaluate your understanding of your place within the narrative itself.
I think I have a pretty good understanding. So he's gonna make you do a Homestuck quiz game?
I wouldn't have put it in such banal terms, but essentially, yes.
This seems like you're not sure. It feels unnecessary. You promise you're not coming back after you leave.
Oh, my dear reader, you can't come back once you return to your timeline. I'm quite sure of that. The issue is more one of the impact of what you've already done here. After all, you've made substantial changes to the narrative of this reality. This is the simplest way to assuage my own feelings about letting you go.
You guess that makes sense?
Of course. Why, I'll even let my young apprentice stay and observe.
Me? But, Mr. Scratch, I don't understand.
It will be a valuable learning experience. After all, you and I have much to accomplish yet.
You'll do it. This knot might be ideal, but it seems a whole lot fairer than him trying to smash your head in with a crowbar.
Excellent. Then let us begin.
My dear reader, there's really nothing to worry about. Now, allow me to introduce the parameters of this little game, if you will.
That's right, Doc. It's time for Pester Quest 2, the ultimate in home entertainment. I'll be asking you questions about Homestuck, Hive Swap, Pester Quest, and everything in between. Answer right, you get a point. Answer wrong, you get nothing. Nice and simple, right, Doc?
That is completely correct.
Let's see if you can beat our current high score winner with a number of points clearly attained only through narrative manipulation, Dirk Strider. Now, let's get that score up on the board. Time to see how well you know canon, post-canon, and beyond.
I don't know beyond. Or...
Good luck. First question. Which Homestuck character famously lost a finger?
I don't know. I think it was Dave.
Sorry, that wasn't right at all. I can't believe they missed that one. Next one up is a real head-scratcher. What happens on page 8131 of the original Homestuck?
Give me a second. Page 8131 Homestuck. Give me a second. That is... Oh no, oh no. So this is... months pass in the alpha session. The group makes no progress. They don't provide enough grist. They get suckered. They come to... Their voyage is over. They play a game. Okay. I think it was Cascade.
I really thought you had it, but I guess not.
Man, this sucks.
It was a tricky one, that's for sure. Next one up is a real head-scratcher. What happened in the forest in Hive Swap Act 2?
It was bees.
Oh no, you're way off with that one.
God, no.
I can't believe they missed that one. Next question's a bit tricky. When did Mindfang canonically lead the rebellion?
612?
Ooh, so close. But that wasn't it. What could possibly go wrong? Apparently, a whole dang lot. And now for our next question. What was Credia doing in Friendsim 1?
Living in Arca.
Ooh, so close. But that wasn't it. I can't believe they missed that one. And now for our next question. Who was the villain of Pester Quest?
Dirk. God, Pester Quest? Doc Scratch?
Fantastic answer. And now for our next question. What is the tagline for Homestuck 2?
Buff Cannon?
Sorry, that I can't believe. And now, what is Doc Scratch's cannon height?
6 foot.
Ooh, and that is it for today. Doc, let's see how they did. Ooh, that's not very good at all. Sorry, you'll have to do better than that. Better luck next time.
Ah, how unfortunate. I'm sorry, my dear reader. Now, I believe we have other business to attend to.
Well now, this is unfortunate. Truly unfortunate.
Wait a minute, maybe you don't remember the source material that well, but I feel like at least a few of those questions even have right answers.
Now. I made sure that all of those questions were equally fair and balanced.
Mr. Scratch, I don't think I...
Silence. I will not stand here and be accused of providing you with anything less than my utmost efforts to give you the chance you deserve to go back home. If you truly believed in yourself, perhaps you could have done better.
You're not sure it works like that, but Scratch is already turning away from you.
Now, I have another matter to attend to, as you won't be leaving for the foreseeable future.
Wait, what?
Oh, I must have neglected to mention it. I cannot simply let you leave anymore. The consequences are potentially devastating. Don't worry, my dear reader. I don't plan to do violence to you. I simply ask that you stay here.
Oh, that kind of sucks.
And while you're here, I would ask that you kindly keep an eye on Ms. Megiddo here. She tends to slip away somewhere when I'm not watching, and I don't feel entirely comfortable leaving her unsupervised.
You guess you can do that. Is there any chance that we can see letting you go back home? You really weren't planning on spending your functionality infinite lifespan hanging around on the green moon.
I can't promise you anything, sadly. Perhaps we can discuss this at a later point. For now, I would ask that you not disturb me.
You find yourself standing in the weird game room, now alone with Demia. She looks at you with a pleading expression in her eyes.
We shouldn't bother him. He's going to be in this office for a while. I can show you around the mansion. Maybe answer some of your questions.
Yeah, that's probably a good goal.
Well, come on, let's go.
I wonder if there's actually a way to succeed on that. I'm gonna save it here. And I'm gonna probably between this and the next one, we get back up to the questions and try and see if there's actually a way to properly answer them. If not, then I'll just continue from here. If I find a way that, like, oh, hey, there's actually a proper answer for all of them, then obviously I'll record me answering them properly, but we'll just have to see. So with that, I hope you guys have a good day, night, week, month of your lives, and may the stars forever guide your path wherever they might lead you into the future, and hope to see you guys again soon.
Oh no!
How?
Okay. I just picked this up, and the
Sorry,
question order
that was
changed.
not correct. What could...
Main villain.
Ooh, What is the name of Daria's band in Friendsim 1?
Oh, God. Okay. Chicks in the Rebels, I think. I don't know.
Ooh, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
but that is not the right answer. It was a...
Yeah, okay, I just want to point out that
What is Doc Scratch's canon catchphrase?
My dear you.
What is...
5'1".
Sorry, what... Where...
He's high. It doesn't matter.
It was a... What... It was a... And that...
Yeah, okay. Doesn't really matter.
Are you sure?
Yeah, okay. Main menu. Yeah, I don't need to save. Yeah, that is... Oh, that is such an interesting little twist. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the first little enactment of me trying to figure out the things of that. So I'm guessing... Oh, an artifact from another world. Interesting. Well, with that, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Probably attaches to the end of the other episode.